Bigger, bigger, bigger is not always better.
So with rental properties, I know strategies are different for everybody, and there are some people who bank on appreciation. There's some states you have to bank on appreciation more than cash flow. Here in Oklahoma, we have low cost of living and cheaper houses than most of the country. Our strategy has been a kind of a hybrid of cash flow, long term and short term. So we have some minimums like it has to cash flow $200 to $300 a month after all expenses, including some built in for capex and repairs, things like that. But long term, our goal is cash flow. So we also kind of stick to the market where we know that they will almost always be rented. We're not doing higher end rentals. There's a lot of money to be made in some of the higher end rental market, but we stick to, I think our average monthly rent is like $975 a month. So obviously some of those are a lot lower and then some of them are higher, but really that like 750 to 1250 range is kind of our sweet spot. And we have always felt like there's some uh guarantees the wrong word because nothing's guaranteed, but strong possibility that it will be rented more often than the higher end rentals because as the market shift or affordability gets harder, you have a bigger pool of people that need that rental versus a higher end. If that market dries up, like nobody's coming down. Like somebody who could afford 2,000 a month now can afford 1,200. They're there, but if you're not going to find somebody going from 3,000 to 2,000 as much. So that's been a big strategy for us. And with the numbers that we're trying to do on numbers of rentals, we can't have huge vacancies.
Kind of building on that, the our approach to rentals is we need them to cash flow now so we can, pay our property manager, make a little bit now, but our real focus on them is the long-term cash flow. That's our retirement fund, if you will. Um, you know, how many investors do we talk to or hear say, man, I wish I never would have sold all these properties from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 30 years ago. Well, why'd you sell it? Well, it was a rental for a long time, but then it appreciated. And I was like, yeah, let me go and pull out. Well, we plan on keeping ours a long time. That way we do have that additional cash flow as time goes on and the rents go up. It just produces more and more of an ROI. So uh, that really the we try to go for 200 a month. There's a few that we've done that we've mixed up that are more appreciation plays that we don't cash flow much at all. Um, but we balance those with more medium and lower end that cash flow very well, but don't have as great appreciation.
One thing I will say on that is our exact strategy is kind of the Burr method. We buy them, rehab them, rent them, refi them, but we're not planning on refining them again. When those mortgages pay off, then it's just all cash flow. So 15 to 20 years after we bought it, that exponential cash flow growth is great. So that'll pay off and we're not going to pull cash back out. It'll just be a paid off rental.
Yeah. And a lot of people will say that that's just, and that's insane, that's stupid. But there's different strategies. Going back when 150 rentals get paid off and they're cash flowing 100, I say 100%, not truly 100%, but you don't have debt service on them. That's more than can be enough to provide for the living that we want to have. Um, Bigger, bigger, bigger is not always better.